hold on. Is my mic working? Yes, it is. So, let me turn my mic up a little bit so we can get testing, 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 testing. We're testing the mic right now, seeing how it works by talking into the mic. We're seeing how it works by talking into the mic right now. Okay, I have to check the stream to make sure everything's working. Okay, okay. We're testing the mic right now. Okay, well, that works fine. Okay, so today I'm just gonna be streaming myself making music at this point. It's no game, so, you know, like, I obviously don't expect a lot of attention on this stream. But, I want the process to be known, okay? Because it's actually quite simple the way these songs get made. There's not really a lot to it. I'm just kind of fucking around until I find something I like. You know what I mean? It's something I love doing, so, you know, I figured I'd stream it. There's gonna be quite a bit of like hearing the same part again and again because that's just kind of the process of making music, you know. But I have quite a bit right now. I have a good bit of stuff made right now. So first of all, let's go ahead and activate. Let's see. I kind of want to go and just kind of activate blue. That'd be kind of cool, right? So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, we'll take blue and move her like over here for now. Okay. So now we can go ahead and take this down. Okay, and now we're gonna go ahead and just it's gonna be working here. Let's go ahead and go window capture. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and capture this one right here. Okay, I'm doing it all on Beatbox. The program I use to make the music. We all know the program here. Okay, I've been shoveling out quite a bit of content today, but I'm not ready to upload any of it. Okay, this is just kind of the process. We in the process right now. We in the process. So go and snap that to the screen. Make that like good. Like, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, if you want to tune in, go ahead. I'm just gonna be fucking around with music today. Okay, this is what I have so far. I was playing it in the beginning, but we're just kind of going. We're just kind of playing it out. So we got kind of a flow going here. Okay. So that's not the part I'm working on. This is right now. They don't really sound too good together right now. So this is the part that needs to work. So what I really like to do is I like to go in here and I just kind of like to start with something like random. You don't always get a good start, obviously. So sometimes you throw it around a little bit. Not always gonna get something desirable. Okay. But this is kind of nice. I kind of like this. The only thing is, it's not balanced. Okay. Oh wow, that's actually really nice. We do the drop here. So now we get to the hard part. This is usually the part where things get really difficult because the question is, guys, where do I go from here? You know, I already have this, you know, this is pretty nice. You know? So what does that cut into? Something different, right? And then, so maybe we go ahead and throw maybe a little bit of this up here. You know what I mean? But I don't use... It's this one that I don't use, because this is the one that sounds like, you know, it always sounds like super low. You know, this right here is normally what this part would sound like. So this is the one that we don't use unless we're trying to do something like you know, low and in the background. But you know, that might just be the idea here. So I'm gonna try that. Okay. It's pretty good, but I'm thinking it could be a little deeper. Okay. But I don't have anything yet. So for now, just to kind of test this instrument, see how it sounds, we're gonna do a little bit of this right here. Hold on. What the fuck? Hold on, where am I here? So, yeah, I guess for now I'll just copy this one onto here. Maybe without the double. And then we'll go like that. Oh, I did it on the third one. That's so cringe. Okay, we're just gonna have to see what this sounds like. That's 90% of the experience here. Completely unbalanced. So, yeah, this is usually the process. But I want this one to be booming. Now, I know it seems a bit cheap that I work with the randomly generated instruments, but the thing is, it generates cool presets, you know? You get a lot of shit that you, like, you know, you get a lot of shit that's just completely insane. See what I mean? I really like that way that sounds with the fucking arpeggio, but something about it just sounds funky to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is about it. kind of fucking with it so far. I really like the way it's coming along. Just kind of build as we go here. Wait a minute, I got the whole thing wrong here. Okay, hold on here. I'm just gonna loop this for a minute. Oh my god, I'm losing my sense here. Hold on. Fuck. I hate how it like snaps to the boxes like that. The thing about these melodies is they're so easy to make because it just, this whole website feels like a sandbox game for music. You know what I mean? It's fun. I have a lot of fun doing this, and like I can just sit here and do this for fucking hours. You know what I mean? I can just sit here and mess around and change shit up, because to me it doesn't really get annoying because, I love what I do. It's fun. So, I just kind of sit here and fuck around with it for a while and eventually I have a full song, and then I go to the pixel art where that is also very fun because, I love expressing my ideas and I love like, it's a world where I can create whatever the fuck I want. You know what I mean? So it all comes together really nicely in my mind, as a big project, you know. Today I'm trying to do something unique. I know this kind of probably sounds like a lot of the shit I make, but I have a style, you know what I mean? And then I've listened to hold up. I've listened to a lot of let me go to something that isn't like whatever. I made it pretty clear who I am on this channel, but it's if we go to the other channel, actually, I don't know if I want to show this things, so I'll just go like this really quick and switch over because I don't want to show like my stuff, because that would be not good. All right, there we go. So I'll show you basically a lot of the chip tunes I listen to. I listen to I don't really put a lot of my like personal playlists on there, but I do have a lot of playlists that I listen to, and I'll show you that right now. A lot of my music takes inspiration from these chip tunes. All these fucking Burst Attack. I've listened to pretty much every single one of those playlists, and you know, I'm very inspired by those chiptune soundtracks because they're just so like they're so my taste when it comes to like music. I obviously listen to rap sometimes, but like for the most part, this right here is like my taste in music. This is what I really love listening to the most. Just all this, you know, right here. I like this. It's just I love it all, you know. It's all so good sounding to me, and you know, that's what makes me not worry about, you know, one song kind of sounding a little bit similar to another, because it's like, you know, to me they're all unique, and you know, I had fun making every single one of them. So now I'm gonna work for like a third piece on this here. Oh, I gotta go back to one here. Gotta go back to the basics here. Hold on, I have to find that one again. Fuck, what did I set that to? I got 5. Okay, we're good here. And then number 4 is gonna be, it's just gonna drop down to the bottom. And then it's probably gonna like maybe loop back up here, maybe. Throw in number 3 on both of those. But I don't know. It's not hitting right now. Let me go listen to the other 2 tracks. A lot of the time I'm going back and listening to it again, because when I try to branch out, sometimes I can kind of lose my flow a little bit. I lose the vibe, you know what I mean? See how it sounds here. kind of sounds messy to me. Like, I really like the way this sounds. This loop's so good. It's just like, you know, it sounds. This part sounds good, but it's the struggle is here is making it like work with everything else. You know, I kind of think of it like a clock with like gears inside, and every gear kind of has to turn in synchronization. You know, or it just kind of all sounds like a jumbly mess. What I could do is make this kind of its own little part that just like kind of appears and disappears throughout the song. You see how it sounds? Oh yeah, I have that over here. Sometimes what I like to do, I usually do this after the song is made, after the episode is made, but sometimes I like to switch keys. But obviously I'm feeling a lot of self-consciousness right now because I'm streaming this and you know, confidence is kind of a funny thing. You know what I mean? But I just have to remember that I just do what I want and, you know, I don't really care. I don't really care what, you know, what people think, but it's hard to think that way because, you know, at the end of the day, you know opinions exist and you know there is a there is like there is a subjective understanding of what's good and what's bad. So it's easy for that to get in your head, you know what I mean? And that, you know, I just gotta do what I want and not give a fuck. Okay? I'm here to make music and have fun while doing it. So just do what I want and it's gonna be like I'm not even streaming. So yeah, okay. The only thing I am concerned about it's that part right there that's kind of unbalanced, I feel, in the middle. There we go. I don't know where that was. Hold on, let me control Z. A lot of the time, I can lose track. I can just lose track of the fact that, you know, I'm making this world because I like, you know, it's like my big like toy that I can just kind of mess around with the characters and the music, you know. At the end of the day, I feel like I really control everything, and that's, you know, I like it. It's almost like action figures, but action figures where you have to like, you know, no, yeah, action figures. That's exactly what it's like, and you can control the soundtrack and shit. You know, because when I was younger, I fucking loved fucking like action figures and shit, and like that's kind of what this is for me. But it's like, you know, I kind of had to like I had to train myself to have it be that way because, you know, if you want to replace something, if you want to replace action figures with something like this, you have to do it in a way where it feels like playing still. You know what I mean? And that was really the hardest part. You know, that was the hardest part of it all. Was just getting myself to recognize this as kind of like my action figure, you know? Let me try without that blue part again. I don't like how empty this one feels, and I feel like this one feels like perfectly like filling up the space. Cause I guess the way I kind of think about it is like this one kind of sounds echoey, like it's in a big empty room, but this one sounds like there's a lot going on at once, you know? So it's a lot easier to like get, for me at least, to get immersed in it because there's a lot going on and there's a lot of action, you know, like a lot of things. But on this one, not so much, you know what I mean? It's echoey. It's like maybe that's what's good about it is it goes from like a lot of action to sort of like, you know, spacious almost, which I think is kind of cool, but you know, obviously it's not my vision, but sometimes when things stray from the vision, it can be kind of a good thing, which I've noticed in a lot of these songs. A lot of them don't really fully go the way, like, I don't really have an idea of what I want until I get like, you know, a basic melody down, just like a basic loop. And I'm like, okay, well I kinda like it this way now. So, you know, then you know, things get a lot more like detailed in my mind, and I start to get a much clearer picture of what the whole song is gonna be like. But it's like, you know, sometimes things don't always go the way they are in my head, which has happened a lot with Lump Verse. But like, you know, sometimes I don't really mind it. What I could do is add in a little bit of like sound effect type shit. Sometimes I like to do this type of stuff. Here, let me show you. And I really like the way this one sounds. You know, it's cool. It sounds spacey. Maybe do this, maybe. But I don't want to like oversaturate it, so I kind of put it in between like that. I really like Bit Crush also. It makes it way too noisy. Like, you see, I like the echo because when I try to go for like space themed music, I like it to sound like it's like echoing, you know, in the almost in the possibly unlimited amount of space that there is in outer space, you know what I mean? So it's like think about it like it's echoing kind of through the universe, which makes it a lot more immersive. You know, I get a lot more hooked the imaginative I get with it. Right now, the picture this gives me in my mind is this one, at least this part kind of gives me like, you know, like a classic freaking zombie game, you know. But this gives me like, you know, like those old like movies where like they were like all drawn out and had like all those like really like carefully sketched details, kind of like The Last Unicorn, kind of. That's kind of the vibe that this gives me, because mainly because of this part. What I also could do, sometimes I like to do this, where I like switch it into 8, and then I like to put a little bit of like a in it, like, kind of like this. So I really like bouncy music, you know? There's something about that that I really don't like right now. Hold on. Maybe I need to make it longer. Hmm. That's like, it's supposed to like, it's supposed to have like a like kind of like a busty end where like at the end, but it's like, but I'm struggling to figure out how to do that right now. But sometimes I get it. Let's see. I have to figure this out. There we go. I'm using a pretty basic drum right now. Kind of want to spice it up a little bit. Not really a fan of that one much. I feel like that's gonna get really messy. So I really like to make the drums echoey, but in the grand scheme of things, it just doesn't work the way I want it to, and all the echo kind of mixes together in a big shit pile of echoey, distortion-y crap. I prefer it to be more of like a though. This is not really hitting the vibe for me. know what I'm kind of feeling? Hold on here. This might not come out like I want it to, but this might not sound at all like I want it to, but we're gonna try because it's a cool little idea that I have. You see what I'm going for though, right? I'm trying to make it like, but that's the thing though, you know? It gets hard to like, you know, mess around with drums like this, because, you know, you want it to sound like, you want it to stick with like the and that's what I try and stick to. That's why I try and cling to, because I love just that, whatever the fuck it is, you know? Sometimes I do a little bit of like, wait for it to restart here. It matches perfectly. But like, that makes me wonder, what about it is not working, you know? Oh shit, I fucked it up. Fuck. The reason I wouldn't animate, maybe I'd animate a Wumpfers episode on here, right? But for the other series I make, not so much, because I just don't like, I don't know, you know, it's one thing to do it and not having it like directly being observed while I'm doing it, but like, you know, it's just, it feels better to do it just secluded and isolated, because it's much more of a personal thing, you know, because, you know, for the other set of characters I have, you know, they're more so comfort characters. They're like, you know, they bring me comfort, and they help me relax, and that's why I like those characters so much, because, you know, they've taught me a lot about the way I relax, and the way, and what really like calms me down, you know, and, you know, it's definitely those characters, you know, but I can't always work on those characters, you know, because they're personal, you know. It was hard to even start making episodes about them. You know, I started on this website, made a little webcomic series about them, and then, you know, a friend of mine was like, you know, there's not really, you know, you're not doing things with these characters that can't be expanded upon, you know? Like, you're, for the most part, they're pretty normal characters and they don't really do anything too like inappropriate. And I was like, well, you know, they are like, they're affectionate characters. So like, you know, like should I even really do that? Like, start making like animated episodes with the whole channel and stuff. And and then, he sent me an older video of something, like a lot more intensive, and I was like, huh, like, so it doesn't seem like it'd be the end of the world if I made like a series about them because, it's not, it's not, it's not an inappropriate thing in my mind. It's not like, it's not, you know what I'm trying to say. It's not that for me. It's more so just, a good way to calm down and help myself get relaxed because, the way the characters are designed, I look at them and it brings me peace. Because, I don't know. They're just, they help my emotions calm down when I'm upset. And I'd say what the stream is really about is just the process, and what my stuff means to me. But it's like, it's just such a complicated thing in my mind because, you don't know, but I'd say that a lot. It's kind of like the word like, it's like the word like. You say it a lot, and you don't really notice until you start thinking about it. But yeah, this is a short little stream. Just kind of showing like the steps I go through while making a song and the things I think about while making songs. I think a lot about my work. I think a lot about what I've made, and I think about a lot of things. It's just like you know, one first is obviously less of a personal thing. One first is not as like personal, and they're not really comfort characters in the same way that the other series characters are. So, I hope this sort of gave you somewhat of an inside perspective on, like, my music and my series.